What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. And do you smell that, ladies and gentlemen? It smells like victory, but it's not just victory. It's a comeback victory, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls come back from what was a 20-point deficit at one point to win this game against the Memphis Grizzlies. Of course, it is a game that I personally think this is my favorite game of the entire season. Even the Milwaukee Bucks game, I like this game just a little bit more because, in my opinion, it shows character. It shows mental fortitude. It shows the things that I think you need to become a good team in the NBA. Now, I don't personally know what our season is going to look forward to. I still have my doubts and reservations about the Chicago Bulls team. We could end up getting a win like this and then going on to the next one and getting blown out of the water. It can happen. This Bulls team is young and therefore can also show mistakes. But that win, in my opinion, is fantastic. And we're going to discuss what got into a win like this in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls. And did you enjoy this comeback victory? And if you didn't enjoy this comeback victory, click off the video now. I do not want to see negative comments in this one because we won this game 126 to 123. And ladies and gentlemen, I must say, I gave up on this Bulls team at halftime. I was at work, checking the scores, watching the game on my break whenever I could, and I was not happy. Worst break ever, put it that way. I just did not enjoy sitting on that chair looking at the Bulls getting dismantled in another game. And I really thought I was going to come into this and feel a little bit more angry. And then all of a sudden, you turn into that third quarter, and more specifically the fourth quarter as well. In fact, even the second quarter wasn't that bad. And then you just see the Bulls just switch things around. And it's almost like it's magical, you know? You don't get many comeback victories in the NBA. Yes, you definitely get comeback losses, and that happens every now and then, and sometimes you need to accept that. Almost every team is going to get, I guess, a loss from a 20-point deficit. The Bulls are going to have a 20-point lead one game, and trust me, they will lose it. It will happen to the Chicago Bulls, just like it happens to every other team. But when you get it in that way, it's fantastic, man. I really, really enjoyed it. And I just liked how good everybody played. I genuinely cannot sit here and tell you a must improved for the Chicago Bulls. I really, really can't. Even for guys like Patrick Williams, who I've been very, very strict on and very, very, I guess, is it maybe aggressive, maybe targeting in many ways. I don't really know how to phrase it. But Patrick Williams didn't necessarily have the greatest game today. But the only thing I want from Patrick Williams is just to not be stagnant on the offensive end. That's all I want from Patrick Williams. And although he didn't shoot the ball that well today, I will take Patrick Williams shooting 10 shots every single day of the week, twice on Sundays, than him being reluctant to shoot the ball. So that's why I am not going to pick a must improve today for anybody on this Bulls team, and that includes Patrick Williams, that includes some of our bench players, because I just felt like everybody did their thing. Everybody played a part in the win, and Patrick Williams had a big responsibility in this game, especially as one of the defensive anchors. I didn't think he had a bad game whatsoever. But he's just the example of what I'm trying to say for the rest of the team and how everybody had their part, had their role, and they achieved what they needed to achieve in order to get the win. And another criticism I had about this Bulls team, even in the OKC Thunder game, the bench production was so poor in that OKC Thunder game. Yes, shots weren't falling. By the way, the Bulls tied their franchise record in three-point shots made, with 25 of them in this game, ladies and gentlemen. They almost had a chance to break it as well, but that's when the shots started to miss in the end. But regardless of what you may say, that is an incredible achievement from this Bulls team. And maybe one day this season, maybe, the way that we are playing right now, one day we might be able to break that franchise record. And I hope it is this season, because that will be a joyous occasion where we're probably going to win that game as well, which will be even sweeter. But yeah, everybody played their part, and the bench, in my opinion, was pretty good in its own right. And let's take a look at some of the bench production, why don't we? So, Lonzo Ball, 6 points and 6 assists in the game. 1 steal, 1 rebound, I believe. I think he got a couple of steals and blocks in there. I'm not entirely sure about that. But again, Lonzo Ball just doing his thing on the offensive and the defensive end. Stats have never been, in my opinion, the go-to factor for Lonzo Ball because he does so much of the little things off the ball, on the ball, stats recorded, stats not recorded, that gets you wins. And I think the plus-minus replicates that with Lonzo Ball. One of the better plus-minuses in the team today, if not the best plus-minus in the team today. So, very impressed with Lonzo Ball. And 18 minutes. Keep that up. That's very good indeed as well. But Io as well. Someone else I've been very, I've been keen on seeing Io kind of turn things around, put it that way. 10 points and 4 assists alongside of 8 rebounds in 27 minutes. Played some really good defense in his own right. And again, I kind of see Io as the glue guy. Someone that doesn't need to drop 20 points every single game, especially now coming off the bench, the chances of doing that is very slim for him. But at the end of the day, someone that can connect things, defensively can connect things. He's a guy that fits the system in transition. He's a guy that can make his own shot if need be. He's a great rebounder, as you can see, and he's also willing to move the rock. It's a nice little addition to have Io off the bench. And again, if he keeps that level of play up alongside with everybody else, I'm intrigued with our bench, man. I'm excited to see it. The only real issue I have with our bench is Massis Bazella's only played 3 minutes, and that is grinding my gears a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to be patient with it and see where it goes. And I can almost understand it because guys like Julian Phillips, 5 points and 3 rebounds, was, in my opinion, fantastic. Got a mean slam in that game and hit a 3 right afterwards. And that is a great little run that he kind of went on to help the Bulls continue to fight back in the game. And that is very important for us. And then obviously you got guys like Jalen Smith as well. Let's not pretend like Jalen Smith didn't come out here and have an absolute banger with 16 points and 7 rebounds, making his threes all day long. That was nice. And then obviously we can't turn away from the starters. I mean, the starters, we saw some fantastic things. Zach LaVine, Kobe White, and Nikola Vucevic all dropping over 20 points today, with Zach LaVine dropping 30 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and only 1 turnover in the game, which is, in my opinion, an incredible feat for Zach LaVine, and hopefully the turnovers continue to reduce in the near future. Vucevic with 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. A solid, consistent game throughout the entirety of the game for Nikola Vucevic. He's been the most consistent player for the Chicago Bulls in my eyes, and I'm very impressed with how he was able to play. And Kobe White in the second half went absolutely bonkers. He dropped 20 points, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And yeah, his scoring just really got to the next level in that game as well, especially in the second half. So, I'm impressed, man. Color me impressed. That was a great game. And that's why there's no need for a must improve. Look, defensively, I still think we need to fix things. Especially in the first half, we were just so... It was awful. I'm happy things turned around in the second half. Even on the defensive end, it looked like things turned around a little bit in the second half. But the first half was just not impressive in every way. But defensively, we were so bad in the first half. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency on that end. Hopefully, with more games being played, we can get to that consistency. That's always what we want to see. And then, I guess, yeah, that's why there's no must improve. But if we had lost this game, I would have had to give one, wouldn't I? Because you can't just lose a game and not get a must improve to anybody. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. My player of the game is going to be the 30-point man himself, Zach LaVine. He's been really good this season. I don't care what anybody says. And look, I know there's a love-hate relationship with Zach LaVine at the moment, but I don't think anyone can sit here and tell me that Zach LaVine is not committed to this team at the moment. He has played as a team player, and he's also played as a guy that will take us and carry us out of situations where we are struggling. It may not happen every game, but at the end of the day, he's been very consistent for this Bulls team. In some games when we've lost really badly, he's been one of the brightest sparks in those games. And games like today, his three-point shooting and his ability to score at will elevated us to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. And I respect that heavily. So Zach LaVine is my player of the game. But shout out to everybody on this Bulls team, because a comeback win like that doesn't get achieved without a little bit of team camaraderie and a little bit of team effort and the mental capacity to know that you are not out of the game no matter what the score may say. I'm very impressed with today, and it only brings more excitement for the next one. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Enjoy the smell of victory. Take care, and peace.